What is up, everybody? This is Erik, the one and only barrier collector, and today I am bringing you another interesting game review. And this time I'm reviewing the game Supercharged Robot Vulkaiser for the Steam. Yes, another one of the cards. Now, this is a very interesting game because after I purchased it on Steam, I discovered that this game, well, the game is developed by Astroport, and it came out back in like 2015. But then I after I bought the game, I discovered that VGNY Soft or whatnot for the Sega Dreamcast, it was released for the Sega Dreamcast as not a homebrew game, but one of those games after that was released after the system's lifetime. And I didn't know that until after I bought it when I wanted to look for more about this game. So basically what this game is a shoot 'em up, very retro, very 1970s super giant robot style game. Basically, it's very similar to the game. If you guys heard of this one PS1, this very expensive game to own for the PS1, called 70s Anime Geppy X for the PS1. Now I played that one many years ago, and this particular game reminded me so much of it, less certain things, and I'll go over it in a minute. But yes, it was developed way back in 2015, and you are a group of pilots that go on to defeat some evil aliens that are taking over the Earth. And each pilot pilots a different robot. Your main character is the Vulkaiser, the supercharged Vulkaiser, the red one right there, and you can merge with any of the other pilots to be able to use special weapons as you go along in the stages. The game is a horizontal shooter. Has about 6 stages. And in between stages, you get these like these little sections where you speak to each of the pilots. And yeah, you get to keep your weapon until you switch it. Now the game, one interesting thing about the game for the Steam is that it has easy, normal, and like hard. I passed the game on easy, and then I was playing it for normal, and then I'm gonna go and see how the game goes. The game does get a little harder as it goes by, but the video footage that you're gonna see is gonna be of my easy gameplay. Now, one interesting thing is that this game also has a for each of the level of difficulty, you can replay your game that you just last played. So if you complete the entire game, you'll be able to see like the movie, like as a movie, the replay of it. So it's very interesting. But now going on to the comparison, like I said about 70s Anime Geppy X, unlike that game, one thing that disappointed me, if you guys see on the Steam store where you're going to get the game, they put this very cool introduction Japanese song that they play to show the trailer of the game. It was awesome. It was really cool. However, when you play the game, you don't have any of that. Like, they don't show it. So technically you can see it through the trailer, but I was disappointed that it didn't have anime sequences, unlike Anime Geppy X. It would have been great if it did. It would have been awesome. But unfortunately, it doesn't. And I think that's kind of one of the things that lack in this game, is the fact that it doesn't show you some cutscenes or cool, like really good animated cutscenes or anything. I think that it would have been really cool if you had that, or some type of thing that if you complete each difficulty, it rewarded you for with something else. But unfortunately, you don't get anything once you beat the game. In any difficulty, from what I've researched, it's pretty much it. So that's the only bad thing. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a very fun game. It's a nice little shooter. For the Dreamcast is going for a little bit, it's kind of pricey. On Steam, I didn't pay a lot for it. So as of the making of this video, for Steam, it wasn't a bad price for it. It was only a couple of bucks. But to me, it was worth it. So at the end of the day, yeah, It's a very fun game. If you guys like shooters, if you guys enjoy that 70s style anime, type of stuff, you'll enjoy this game, in my opinion. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy the gameplay footage of the game. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, check this one out because it's a fun game. But anyways, you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Boop, boop.